Hi, this is Graham Vincent, a Somerset violin maker, and what are we up to today? Well, today I'm wearing black clothes and I've got my gloves and everything because I'm going to be getting a bit oily probably. I've got a problem with the Royal Enfield. Nice old Indian built 1992 350 cast iron with the old fashioned gearbox, and the gearbox is the issue at the moment. I'm having trouble changing gear. Everything seems to be okay in terms of everything to do with the gears. It's just simply that this gear lever seems to have lost its pizzazz. It doesn't have any spring. The gears all seem to be working perfectly, but it's lost its return. So, you know, it just stays where you put it. So on the road, for example, you put it into second gear and it will just stay there. So you then have to put your toe under it and lift it up before you can then put it into third. Same moving up gears, you have to sort of physically bring it back down before you can move it from, you know, fourth to third, third to second, second to first. So it's an unnecessary faff, and I believe that there is around here on the ratchet up and down inside, there is a spring which is not working. So that's what I think is going on. So let's open it up and have a look. Right, so obviously the first thing we're going to have to do is take off the starter, take off the gear lever, I think take off the neutral selector. That looks like it holds things together. I think that one may just hold that cover on. So basically it's the screws around the edge. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by the feel of it. And we'll see how we go from there. Not done this before, so no guarantees if that's correct. We'll find out as we go. I think this is packed with grease rather than oil, but I'm expecting a bit of a mess. Well, we'll see, won't we? So, yeah. Next, the gear lever, Allen key. Feels like we might have a metric one there. Right. So we have that spring there, then we have a washer on top of that. What does or doesn't come out? Okay, that looks promising. So the whole assembly's come out, so I'll just pop that back on there so I don't lose everything. Don't think I've made any terrible mistakes just yet. Famous last words. So I've taken off the kickstarter, the gear selector and neutral finder. I'm not sure what that's attached to, so I think it's just these 5 screws, but let's find out. Well, that's definitely one. Well, I have to say, they're fairly loose, but they are still in there, so to speak, so I'm surprised that nothing worked loose without any Loctite by the look of it. Delighted though. That wouldn't have been the case on my old Harley Davidson. The screws are of different lengths, so we're going to make a card up so I don't cock that up. What do we got? just in case I end up using that one. Right, so far we've got that one. So that was that one. That was that one. Don't know if this is going to come pinging off in a minute or not, we'll find out. None of these seem to have any washers on. Don't think they're supposed to. Right, it's not under any force, jolly good. So, just a card just so I don't muck those up. What do we got? Okay. That's okay. So how much slack is there on that? I think I can just take that off the... Yep, I have. Okay. So we've got nice... It's all nicely well kept and lubricated. That's jolly good. All looking good so far. I've got to tackle this bit. Although I haven't done this before, obviously one undoes that cover there and allows you to adjust the amount of thrust on the clutch. Okay. This is what we've got so far. It looks to me as though I'm going to have to get into this to the problem. It all looks in reasonable condition and there isn't tons of metal swarf at the bottom or anything, so that's good news. Right, so on we go. It appears to be these two, but I'm slightly worried that this hides a whole load of scary spring. Safety glasses on anyway, just finding a quick bit of distraction activity so I don't have to face the thing that's scaring me. Enough of that, Craig, let's do it. There's a bit of a spring from somewhere. Perhaps the spring is okay. Perhaps it was rubbing on the case or something. Do you know, that might be worth a very quick investigation. It would be quite amusing if just the act of opening it up has sorted it out. Good grief, it's already better. Okay, I think I'm going to start by doing a bit of oiling and see if that resolves it. Could do. Because that seems to have everything you need there. I see the spring. Yeah, I have to say that spring looks fine in there. I don't think I need to disturb this. I think it's a lubrication issue. This may be the whole solution. The thing is, I can see the spring that I've seen on the diagrams, and I can see that it's all okay. This seems to be working, so I think it might simply be a lubrication issue, or that the gear change was rubbing against the casing here. or indeed that the gear lever had been attached tight up against the casing. So, mind you, if that were the case, there would be wear here, which there isn't. So I don't think that last one is the issue. But there is quite a lot of wear on the inside of the at one point. So that could be it. Okay, let's keep going. That's already a lot healthier. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get better than that. Time to reassemble. So we've had a quick look at it, and I think it was just simply lubrication or something pinching. So, because I can see the spring, the ends of the spring that I thought might be the problem, and I can see they're okay. And I've now got this jumping back into place quite happily. That was the thing that was not working. So I think it's a question of lubrication and then reassembly. Well, if that turns out to be the problem, I think I'm one lucky guy. So let's keep going. So it really is now just a question of reassembly, making sure that nothing is pinched, that nothing is cramped, that nothing is tightened up in a way that stops this working. Because that is looking great. I'll have a little bit of a clean up inside as well first. Looks like some water may have got in here. There's a slight bit of emulsification in some of the oil in the bottom there, but nothing significant. I am tempted to just polish this up a little bit. It's one of those things, isn't it? I don't want it to look like a show bike, but I want it to look like it's looked after and cared for, but used. Got to put the clutch cable in. There we are. That's seating nicely there. Excellent. Just making sure that's seated before it's not binding on anything, before I secure anything down. Everything's loose at the moment, but I'm now going to just gently tighten these up. Good. Well, that seems okay at the moment. Reverse order then. We're borderline back on the problem, aren't we? It's not quite got enough go. I haven't solved it. That's annoying. It's better than it was, but it's not quite there. That's annoying. So, there we go. Has it been solved? Borderline, I think, to be honest. It certainly seems better than it was. Maybe it'll just ease up a little bit over the next few days. We'll find out. It might actually just pop back when the engine is actually running. It's tantalising. It's a bit better than it was, but it's not quite good enough, I don't think, unless I'm surprised as it eases in when I'm using it. So I would say probably lubrication looks like it might have been 75% of the issue, but there's still a 25% problem, if that makes sense. Anyway, that's all I'm going to be doing to it at the moment, so we will see. It's got its MOT coming up, I think, fairly soon, so I'll probably book it in the next few days and take it in just to sort of have it looked over and see what it needs to have done. Right, thanks very much. That's Graham Vincent, a Somerset violin maker, signing off. See you again. Look after yourself, folks.